October the 3rd, Thursday. Guys, I got to ask you guys some serious questions. Some serious questions before we even get started today. This call is not going to be very long and everything. But how serious are you guys about trading? Are y'all just like a 1, kind of, yeah, it's cute? Or y'all 10, like, let's go. I'm ready to share this with the world. I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to have financial freedom. I'm ready to have financial time to myself. I said financial time. Freedom with time to myself. To be able to just travel wherever I want and look at the market and boom, I know exactly what I'm doing. If you're here for mastery in the chats, make some noise right now. I need to see some flames. I need to see all this stuff. Because when I first got into this market, I wanted consistency. I didn't want to just win. I didn't want to feel, oh my God, yeah, I won. Okay, great. I wanted consistency. In everything that I've ever done, being consistent always won. Think about it right now. That's why we speak about that so much. I'm so sick and tired of people rejoicing over just winning a trade or just calling out a great trade. Where is the great consistency at? That's why we come with the rules. But what you're about to see today, guys, is we broke it down so simple that a newbie that doesn't even know what Forex is can follow 4 steps. 4 steps, 4 simple steps that they can start profiting this week. If that's not monumental, if that's not revolutionizing the game, if that's not growing on a whole nother level, then I don't know what is. When we first started this thing, we had a mission. I actually looked at one of the videos when we first started. We had a mission not to just save mom and pops, to save the new generation, to save the generation after that, to keep going with it. We didn't know how far this can go, but we knew that we had something great. You guys have already experienced some of the stuff already by yourselves. Now you have extra eyes in the market that's helping you, and all you have to do is get better. Guys, it starts with you guys. What you're about to see today is 4 easy steps broken down in a way that I couldn't even think of. And I remember when I first pretty much founded this method, I remember that moment. I rejoiced. I remember calling Tom and saying, hey, I think I cracked the code. And at that moment, it was the biggest excitement ever. And we have brought it to you guys. So if you guys are ready for this wave, I need everybody right now to start dropping some fire emojis, drop some hundreds, drop some ones, drop whatever you can do in the chats right now. Because my best friend, business partner, first student has changed Delorean to a whole nother level. And it's going to get even better. It's going to get even better. We max this call out quick. So if you're ready, I need you to go crazy in the chats right now. Let me guys tell you a story real quick for those that don't know. I met Patrick when he was 16. He was selling shoes online. And to see how far he has grown today, and to see how when we put our heads together, what we could do for people like you guys that were just like us. If you are ready for a new wave, I want you guys to give Patrick the biggest round of applause that we can't even hear right now. Don't unmute yourself. But we need to fill it through the chats. Because what you're going to be able to use today is going to shape up your teams. When you go talk to that newbie that is working at Jamba Juice, you're going to be able to explain this in simplest 4 steps that they can, of course, start making extra money online with their phone on their laptop. You don't have to go through what Forex is. You don't have to go through all this other stuff. All you got to do is say, hey, look at this, 4 steps. You can learn everything later on, but look at this, 4 steps. Do you know what this is? Yes. I can see what that is. Yes. It's going to make life easier for everybody. If you are ready for that, guys, I want y'all guys to give it up for Mr. Patrick Kenny. Patrick, are you on the line right now, bro?
What is up, everybody?
Let
me know that you guys can hear me.
Patrick. All right, so hold on for 1 second, Patrick. I got to turn the music off over here. That's the reason why I can't hear you. All right, you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yo, so yesterday when you broke this down to me, literally, you already know how I reacted. I said, wait. And we were just going to unleash this just for our teams first, and then start branching out to everybody else.
Yeah, this is I am only. It should be I am only if it is correct. Everybody in
Yes,
here
this
should be.
should only be for the team, for I am only. We're not branching this out to anybody else yet.
Yeah.
And
All
we
right.
maxed out. So Patrick, take it away, bro. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Let's do it.
Thanks for everything, brother. Let's do this. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. I want to preface this. Thanks, everybody, for all the comments there. Just to let you guys know, just a couple things. First things first, if you do leave, you won't be allowed back in. This call is literally maxed out. I didn't realize that Zoom only allowed 100 people, and I've never done a Zoom really, so we're on Zoom. So it is maxed out. Now, let me tell you something really quick. This is all going to be recorded, and it's going to be in the top left corner of DeLorean under training. So just understand that first and foremost. So I'm going to switch the way that I talk as if we're not on a live webinar, because this is going to be recorded for thousands of people. You guys are literally the first 100 people to see this presentation. I have worked on perfecting the way I teach this in order to make DeLorean the simplest possible. So if everybody is ready, give me one in the comments. I'm going to start the recording, and we're going to get this show on the road. All right. So again, this is basically a presentation that is currently live, but this is going to be recorded in your back office of IM Mastery Academy. Secondly, before we get going, you're all in IM. I want to let anybody know that is building a business with IM, watch this, because this will become an opportunity webinar as well when we do those live too. It's going to help you on both fronts. Really excited about what we've got today, and I'm going to make DeLorean super simple to understand in the next 30 minutes. So give me 30 minutes, and all your questions should be answered. So let's get going. All right, everybody, welcome to your IM DeLorean Mastery Training. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to trade with the DeLorean. The first question I want to ask as we get started is, how many of you have traded currency before? How many of you experienced profit and loss in currency? That's the first question. Now, the second question is, how many of you have never traded currency before? How many of you have never experienced the highs of profiting or the lows of course, losing? Okay, in today's video, what I want to do is explain to you exactly how I use the DeLorean, the tool to help you execute in the market. Now, first things first, if you don't already know me, my name is Patrick Kenny. I'm currently 23 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. And 3 years ago, Tyrone Foster came to me and he showed me a strategy. And this strategy was super simple. However, I was unable to see all of the setups across the board. I was unable to see the opportunities on different time frames and different currency pairs because of one thing. I only had 2 sets of eyes, and it was very difficult, very, very difficult to keep track. And in today's video, what I want to show you is exactly how we use the DeLorean to do that. Now, the first question you might be asking yourself is, what is the DeLorean? All right, guys, we're going to have to make a cut there on the video because somebody, and I don't know how to turn this off. Tyrone, do you know how to turn this? Somebody's drawing on my screen, and I just can't have that. I know it wasn't intentional, I'm sure. I know you're muted too, so let me, come on. If you guys could please restrain from drawing on my screen, just out of respect, that'd be tremendous. Unmute Tyrone, hang on. All right,
Yeah,
you're on.
I don't know how to deal with that part, but go ahead and just run it again. because I know we're doing this for recording and everything. And you guys are front row guests, so just relax.
Oh, it's gone now. So whoever did it deleted it. Just if you guys could refrain from drawing, thank you so much.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So the first question you might ask yourself is, what is the DeLorean and how does it work? The first thing I want to do is explain behind the scenes so you understand what is going on and how it's going to benefit you, and then get into how to use it. So first things first, what you have to understand is the DeLorean is a multi-time frame scanner. It scans the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frames simultaneously, ensuring you do not miss a profitable opportunity in the market. And it does all of this while it also scans 30 different currency pairs at any given time, so that it's always scanning to try to find the best opportunities for you. Now, before we get started, I want you to understand that with the help of Stephen Hooley, who has helped us build the online version of the DeLorean, it does have very easy visualization, which I will show you in a minute, to understand if you should be buying or selling. But over the last 3 years, I've worked with my developers to make this an extremely adaptive algorithm that adapts to the current market conditions and helps us avoid dangerous situations. It helps us avoid things like consolidated markets. It helps us avoid things like news spikes. And what it's trying to do is put us in the best spot possible. So really quickly, I want to show you the interface of the DeLorean so you know how it works. It's fairly simple. Now, in the top left corner here, you will see it says training. That training section is where you will hover over to see all new training that we will continue to add to the DeLorean so you know more advanced steps. Secondly, pretty simply put, this is the chart. Third, this is the alert panel. Understand the alert panel is full of clickable elements. Every single one of these pairs that you currently see on this chart has either a green or a red little side to it. If it is red, that means you are looking to sell. If it is green, that means you are looking to buy. And it comes with simple arrows, as you can see right there on the chart, that are blue or red. And those arrows are, of course, going to dictate your situation in the market. Finally, this is a web-based software, meaning you do not have to download a single thing in order to actually see the DeLorean. The DeLorean will be web-based so that you can log in to your back office and always access it. It is also accessible from tablet and is also accessible from your cell phone. I would just highly recommend that if you are using a cell phone, you turn your phone horizontally so you can see the entire screen much easier. Now to the good stuff, how do I use the DeLorean? Now, as Tyrone already mentioned previously in many other situations, I first built this for myself. And again, like I mentioned, I built this so that you guys could first and foremost understand how I used to like to trade. So I like to trade where this thing was telling me exactly what I should or what I should not do. And as after 3 years went by, I finally brought this to the entire market for other traders to understand. And I built it to my ability with simplicity in mind. And the word simple is the word that I want you guys to remember as you look through this today. With that said, what I want to do in the next 20 minutes is show you exactly how I use the DeLorean. Now, there are 2 colors and 2 arrows that you're going to need to understand as we start. If you on the chart see a blue arrow, that means you are looking to buy. If you on the chart see a red arrow, that means you are looking to sell. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people think that's where this software ends. This software is not just there to say buy or sell, but this software is built so that you can manually execute positions and you can manually do your own technical analysis. So what you should understand is that we have a simple process that we are about to go through, a protocol, if you will, that we must follow in order to actually enter a trade. So that begs the question, how do I actually use it? How do I actually enter a trade and find if we have an actual profitable decision to make or not? Well, we follow a simple 4-step process. And in today's video, I want to show you our 4-step process on how we use the DeLorean and exactly how to execute a position with it. So these are the 4 basic questions I need you to write down before we get into the process. Number 1, engulfing candle. Number 2, red line cutting through both candles. Number 3, extra line confluence. Number 4, no man's land. Okay, what you have to understand is you need to just write these 4 down. I don't need you to understand what they mean because I'm going to break each down as we go through the charts. However, before we begin, we are going to be focusing on the 2 candles to the left of each arrow. What that means is that if you guys are using the DeLorean at any given time, you're going to look at the arrow and you're going to pay attention to the 2 candles to the left of it. So what I'm about to do is give you your cheat sheets. So everybody, if you're on a computer watching this, or whether you are on a phone watching this, I want you to somehow, some way, take a picture of this, because what you're about to see is going to have a lot of information in it, and we probably won't have time to pause and wait for you guys to write it down. So this is your first of 4 cheat sheets. Okay, this is if you get a buy signal called for the 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour charts. Okay, and you're going to ask yourself a couple different questions. Number 1, if you guys don't already see it up top, is it between 2 and 10 a.m. Eastern? For these short-term signals, we want to make sure that we are in the best position possible to actually execute and profit off of a position. So it must be between 2 and 10, that 8-hour window, because that is when the volume is highest, and that is when we have the highest accuracy rating. And this is not just saying so, this is watching Tyrone do this strategy for over 3 years. This is when this strategy prevails best. From there, we have a 4-step system. And all of them are a yes-no question. If you get a no at all, you don't execute the position. Okay? Now, I just want you to take a screenshot because there's a lot of text on here. Look at the bottom. Recommended stop loss is 10 pips plus the spread below the 2 candles we're facing. The take profit is first, we want to move our stops to break even when we're in profit 10 pips, and we're exiting at red collapse, which means we cross back over the 13 EMA. Always exit if not in profit within 3 candles. So that is your sell signal. Flipping the script now, when we talk about your buy signal on the 4-hour or the daily, it just flip-flops. Notice on the top, everybody, what does it erase? The 2 and 10 rule. Okay, we no longer have a 2 to 10 rule on these longer term positions. Why? Because you need to be in profit in 3 candles. 3 candles on a 4-hour time frame is 12 hours. So your time of entering these 2 positions, these swing trades, won't matter, but you're still going to follow the same rules. Your stop loss is still going to be 10 pips plus the spread above or below, depending on direction of those higher time frame candles. Your break-even point at this point in time is going to be 25 pips, still exiting at the 13 collapse. Again, always exiting within those 3 candles. So again, it's just going to flip. I'm not going to spend too much time to hold it here. It's just going to flip on the sell side. On the long-term perspective, it's just going to flip. So what I want to do now is really start pounding this in your head. How do we do this? What does this look like? Give me 1 in the chats if you guys are ready to actually see it on the charts. All right, perfect. So everybody, let's take a minute to just look at a chart. This was called on Delorean. We're just going to look at it. I'm not even going to talk about the steps yet. Just look at it. We find the arrow. Okay, remember across all of what I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you a few different examples. When we talk about this, remember what we're doing. Actually, pop quiz. What candles are we paying attention to? Type it out in the comments. Hey, P.S. I just realized I didn't turn off the webcam thing. So the video would have been the webcams would have been the video. So we're live, baby. This is not going to be the tutorial. We're just live. Let's just run this thing. We're just live. What's up? I just realized that. So we're just live. So we're 2 before the candles. Okay, 2 before the candles. So that's what we're about to pay attention to across the board. So let's talk about it. Step 1. Step 1 is a sell signal called for the 15, 30, or 1 hour. We're going to pay attention to this. So looking at step 1, let's read it out loud together. It says, look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? I don't care if you're brand new to trading or not. That shouldn't sound too difficult. Look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? Yes or no? That's what we ask ourselves. If the answer is yes, I want everybody to answer it in the comments, by the way. If the answer is yes, we move on to step 2. If the answer is no, we're done with the trade. We move on. So, is the red candle bigger than the blue? Yes, it is. Simple as that. Move on to step 2. Step 2 says, does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? I'm not sure. Let's go look. Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Everybody in the comments now. I want everybody interacting. This is a maxed out room. That chat should be flooded. Yes or no? Yes. We get another yes. Again, the moment we get a no, we stop. But we get a yes. Move on to step 3. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above the 2 candles and or touching it? Touching it, cutting through it, anything like that. That's the question that we are asking ourselves. On step 3, is the white, or the gray I said, the blue, or the aqua touching, cutting through, or closely above the candle? Yes or no? We get another yes. The answer is yes. And then that's when we move to our final step. Step 4, make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. Let me say it one more time. Make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. And what I mean by price is not closely below the sell signal. Is there anything really, 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 really close? There's not. We have separation between, well, I was going from price there, but we have separation from the candle that it was called on down to here. We have separation. We're just making sure. If this blue line was way up here, that's a whole different story. So we've made sure of it. We've made sure. What does the last step say? Everybody type it out. What does the last step say? Bridget got it. Nicole got it. Risa got it. Naomi, Anthony, Christian, Ben, Russell, Megan, Tiana, John, Tyrone himself got it. Take the trade. 4-step system. Read the bottom now. Recommended stop loss at 10 pips plus the spread. Recommended stop loss plus 10 pips plus the spread. Okay, wherever that is. I'm not going to go through really detailed, but that's where you're putting your stop loss. We know now that we enter the trade. Let's move on to another one. All right, take a good look. We'll go through the steps again. Take a good look. We got a buy signal right here, blue arrow. Remember again, what are we paying attention to? What candles are we paying attention to? The two to the left. All right. Step one says, look at the two candles to the left of the arrow. Is the blue candle bigger than the red? So remember last time on the cheat sheet, it said, is the red candle bigger than the blue? Now it's flipped. Is the blue bigger than the red? Yes or no? Everybody in the comments, is the blue candle bigger than the red? Yes or no? Great. Yes. Simple. Step two. Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Yes or no? So we come back, we look. Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? No, it doesn't. It cuts through the body of the blue. It cuts through the wick of the red. We get a no. What happens if we get a no? What happens if we get a no? Like I said, guys, we're live. I don't need to make this video worthy again, so we're live. What happens if we don't get a no? Right, we move on. New signal, no trade, walk away, pass. Whatever word here is, not happening. Okay, however, because we're on a training call, this is the first time I've presented this material. I want to make sure you understand every little detail. So we're going to continue to go through all steps of this chart just to make sure you understand there's multiple reasons not to take this trade. So let's now go on to step three. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below the two candles and or touching it or cutting through it? Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below the candles, touching it, anything like that? Let me know. Below or touching? The answer is no. I don't see any gray, aqua, blue line below or touching at all. The answer would have been no there too. I'm just showing you this for an example. We've already known this would be no trade, but the example for here, this would be no. Let's move on to step four, just to make sure you all understand. Make sure the aqua, gray, or blue lines are not closely above price. Is there an aqua, gray, or blue line very close above price? Sure is. We don't want that to happen. Why? This line right here, what does that act as? Support or resistance? Resistance. Do we buy into resistance? I'm sure you've been in some technical analysis classes. Do you buy into resistance? We don't want to do that. That's a risk we're not willing to take. So overall, this trade, somebody said this thing is ugly. Exactly. This trade is not a good trade to take. Nope. Move on. Another example. Okay, let's take a look. Take it in. Take it all in. You can see all 5 colors. Let's take it all in for a second. Tyrone likes this one. Tyrone's making money. Actually, you know what, Tyrone? This was screenshotted the other night. We did make money on this one, didn't we? I know exactly the pair this was. This was New Zealand yen. We did make money on this one. Who else made money on New Zealand yen the other night when I was talking about it in the chats? The first example was pound Aussie from the other night. Who made money off that? Couple opportunities. All right. So let's take a look. Step 1. Nathan made some money. There we go. Look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the blue candle bigger than the red? Okay. 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the blue candle bigger than the red? Yes or no? I want everybody and their mother saying something. Yes or no? Great. Step 2. Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Does the red line, that pretty red line that's obvious, does it cut through both candle bodies? Guys, 2 weeks ago I was doing a training. My mom was on the call. I'm not making this up. She literally commented, I'm understanding this. This is simple for anybody. Move on. Step 3. Obviously, yes. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below the 2 candles, as we always say, and or touching it? We're cutting through it. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line, obviously I'm on screen share, so I don't know how well you guys can see it. The blue line's right here, cutting through. Yes. Last step. Make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely above price. Are the gray, aqua, or blue lines extremely close above price? Yes or no? No. We saw in last example the wick that happened. This is a money trade. Let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. All right, take a look. Remember, we're paying attention to what? The 2 candles prior to the arrow. Sell signal. So let's do it again. I'm ingraining this in your head. By the end of this call, you should get it. So look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? Look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? Yes or no? I want everybody to say their answer. Yes. Step 2. Does the red line cut through both candles? Yes or no? I like Russell. Russell, shout out to you. No way. Not even close. No. Okay. Obviously, at this point in time, what do you guys think? John, you already have it. What do you guys think? What would you say? What are we going to do? Move on. Throw it in the trash. Run for the hills. Next. Nope, nope, nope. No bueno. I like all your renditions. Keep your capital. Trade it. Somebody said trade it, boo-boo. Let's not follow Daryl. Wait patiently. Exactly. Move on to the next. But for the sake of the training, I want to go through all the steps every single time. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above the 2 candles? Jamie said swipe left. That's funny. Jamie's got the comment of the night so far. So, is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above or cutting through the candles? Yes or no? No. Massive gap. We don't like that. We want to be close. This is a scary trade. The further away you are from the blue, the worse off you are. That's why we do that. Most of the time, the trade that's going to be the trade that's profitable for you, this blue line will be cutting through the candles with the rest of it. Similar to the 2 examples I showed you that were working out, that were all yeses. When you see the gap between this blue line and those 2, that should scream, don't trade in your head. Jamie said, finally, it's clicking. Love it. Let's go to step 4. Make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. Make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. And yeah, you're right, Bridget. All right. Notice, if you guys can't see it, I don't know if you guys can see it on screen share. Here's the blue line. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below price? Anthony's starting to think, is it 2 a.m. yet? Yeah, he's trying to. Obviously, every single one of those is that question, yes. Yeah, the blue is right below price. We don't want to sell into support. So just as a quick note, we've got a bunch of EMAs on here. They are the 5, the 13, the 50, the 200, and the 800. Okay? Those are your EMAs. Okay? Now, within minutes, you are already understanding how to identify profitable setups. Would you guys say that's fair? Yes or no? Imagine practicing for even 1 month. Imagine practicing for 1 month. How would that impact your trading? What would that do? Let me know in the comments. How would that impact your trading? If you could just practice what I just talked about for a straight month. Turn me into a machine. Well, do you need further help with it? Guess what, guys? Tyrone Foster now trades live with this software Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Going to show you exactly how to trade with it. He's going to be showing you longer term setups. And then guess what? The newest, I'll be trading with you guys inside of the trading window, 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're actually going to be trading together. You guys have no choice but to win. Let's win. Who's ready to win? All right, guys. So again, this is the first night that I've presented this material. I won't record this. I'll make a recording of this in the training. The training that I just built you to show you tonight, I want you guys in the comments really quick to let me know what you thought. This training is built so that it's simple enough that literally anybody can understand it. The reason that I'm doing this is not only do I want to help impact you from a trading perspective, but I want to help you guys that are in I Am Mastery Academy as well from a building side. The reason that I say this is, could you guys imagine right now? I want everybody in here, give me a 1 if you're in I Am Mastery Academy. Give me a 1 if you're in I Am Mastery. Could you guys imagine really quick, think about this for a second. If right now, let's go back, instead of talking and ending, I started going into, this is an invite-only software. Text the person who invited you onto this webinar, I want the DeLorean now. Could you imagine what would happen to your team? Could you imagine what rank you'd be able to hit? I just hit Platinum 2000 in IM in 17 days with training people on DeLorean. The reason that we're winning is we are a family learning how to do it. We're all learning this together. And the reason that we win on both fronts from a trading perspective and in the weekends on a business perspective is because of one thing, the simplicity of this. So I'm going to quickly hand it back over to Tyrone for last few words. I thank you all for your time. This works with crypto. This works with commodities. This works with indices. This works with any market. Right now, DeLorean is only focusing on 30 currency pairs as we roll it out to IM. And just know, as a webinar special at Old Patrick has a lot to come out for all of you guys. Okay? So with that said, I'll hand it back over for just a few minutes back to Tyrone for his last few comments and words. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for that. And Tyrone's got a couple things to tell you.
All right, guys, in the chats, like, seriously, oh my God, Patrick, yo, I was sitting over here like a newbie, bro. I was over here like a newbie smiling. I'm like, oh, those candles. Okay, wait. Is it bigger? Is it bigger? Yeah, it is bigger. Hold up. It is bigger. Okay, red, blue. Guys, this thing is, I had some moments, man. Patrick, you continue to keep wowing me every time, since the last time you showed me what yesterday. And I was already excited then, and then you see it now in front of everybody who's already understanding trading a little bit. This is beautiful, man. Like, oh my God. Yeah, everybody give it up for Patrick. He did Platinum 2000 in 17 days. And which is big because as he's teaching and doing his educating thing, he's also being able to share. And to be honest, all we did was share DeLorean. That's all we did was share DeLorean. And It's just, we want you guys to get out there and feel comfortable. When you have a new customer, Josh, your job is not to babysit and take care of them. We got them. They're going to come to our classes. They're going to go through the same stuff you went through. They're going to feel the exact same way. We got them. We don't want you guys to feel the burden of, oh God, is my customer good? Are they learning everything? We got your backs. As educators, that is our job. And we want to let you guys know out there, get out there, share it with the world, because I'm telling you, DeLorean's going to take over, guys. Seriously, it was simple, right? Did he break it down in the most simplest way possible? Come on, like, I was sitting over here smiling. I'm over there like, well, did it cut through? Did the red line? Yes, it did. Whoa. So yeah, Patrick, I gotta give it back to you, man. I'm blessed to be on this journey with you, and we're gonna continue to keep making it easier and easier. We got some new stuff coming out in the future. Can't say too much, but this is the beginning. This is the beginning phase. Get out there and make it happen. Share it with the world, because we're coming. We're coming. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. I got one more word for him.
Oh, definitely. All right. So yeah, Patrick, let him know.
Hey guys, thanks again so much. I got one more word. I'm gonna go back really quick. If you guys are, who's excited about DeLorean right now? Who did it just hit? I'll share my screen again. Who did it just hit? Did it hit anybody? A couple people? Everybody?
Like Patrick, when you explained it again, it felt like the same excitement I had when I first figured it out. And I was just like, he was teaching me all over, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm like, yo, this is amazing. This is gonna do.
All right. What I want you guys to do is I want every single one of you to take a picture of your notes tonight. Tyrone didn't even know I'm doing this. Take a picture of your notes tonight. Okay? Did everybody take notes? Take a picture of your notes tonight. Okay? And tag my Instagram. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send one of you guys $100 for your DeLorean trading account.
Oh, shoot.
I don't even know I was doing that.
Oh, shoot.
Tag my Instagram tonight at PKennyFX. Mention me in a story. And one of you guys, I'll just pick it at random. I'll send you guys $100 via PayPal, and you can throw it in a trading account. And we'll see what happens with that $100. I see smile. Marwin has his webcam. Look at him. He's smirking. Everybody look at him. He's smiling. He's like, I'm getting this $100. All right? $100. So everybody tag me. I'll repost every single one of you guys. I appreciate it. This is the first time I've shown this breakdown to an extent that it is. I hope it was great. I hope it was helpful. And let's do it. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm going to end this. Tyrone, see you later, man.
All right, see you guys.